Previously, in Breaking Point.
Aiden, please tell us, how does it feel to be on the verge of getting behind the wheel for your very first race?
I feel like a little kid. I look around and I'm surrounded by my heroes.
And tell me about Casper Ackerman. How is that relationship coming along?
Breaking Point, a game mode that was first featured in F1 21 and captured the hearts of Formula 1 fans all around the world. Or did it? The main characters of this F1 career mode included none other than Aiden Jackson, a young driver trying to make his way to the pinnacle of Formula 1 by making some very questionable moves on other drivers. And Casper Ackerman, a virtual representation of the Iceman himself, Kimi Räikkönen, who was nearing the end of his career and trying to help his team out as much as possible. Or so he says. So, F1 21 Breaking Point left us on a bit of a cliffhanger, with Casper announcing his retirement and Mercedes apparently being interested in Aiden Jackson. I think we've heard this story before. A young English driver being eyed up by the Mercedes principal Toto Wolff. Does George Russell ring any bells? Anyway, enough about Mercedes. Let's cut to present day. F1 23 releases, and there it is. Breaking Point 2 in all of its glory, waiting to break our hearts, and oh, Aiden looks a bit different. Yeah. Breaking Point 2 is set only a year later from where Breaking Point 1 was left off originally. But this man looks completely different. I mean, I guess the stress of the most hated character in video game history may have had a toll on him. Devon Butler. Even saying his name makes my eye twitch a little bit. This obnoxious, stupid little... Sorry, I got a little bit carried away, but for this character, it may be excused because Devon Butler is a nightmare and somebody that we never, ever want to see on the Formula 1 grid. Unless you are the devil. I mean, this man would go out of his way to ram somebody off of the track just to finish in P14. I mean, he is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to decent human beings. Probably about the same level as him. So, it's a brand new season, and oh, who is this baldy man in a purple polo? Oh, this is the team principal of the brand new team, Connor Sport Butler Global Racing Team. Wait, Butler? Oh no! Besides the point, this is Connor Sport Butler Global's team principal, Andrea O'Connor, who you actually take control of and manage different situations throughout of the game mode that will either benefit or hinder Connor Sport's success. Now, with this in mind, I genuinely think that this was an interesting and well-needed feature in this year's game, because it actually allows you to step into the shoes of a team principal of an F1 team and make decisions for yourself instead of looking at other people to decide the outcome of the game. Now, some of these situations that you can choose from playing as Andrea may not be game breaking or put the team in any danger whatsoever, but it gives you the feeling that you are in charge a little bit. Moving on from Andrea though, we now get to see the Connor Sport car for the season, and it's actually one of the better looking cars on the grid. Who would have ever thought that EA and Codemasters could release a good livery? It's a shame they can't do it more often. So we cut to no other than Aiden Jackson driving the Connor Sport car around Miami, and it doesn't seem to be going too well for him as his engine begins to lose power, and the team tells him that they're gonna have to retire the car with only a few laps of the race to go. this is definitely not the best introduction to Aiden's season in this Breaking Point mode. Now though, the team's race outcome relies on... No, not Devon. I hope his car retires as well. The smug little muppet. Anyway, Devon looks to be flying in that Connor Sport car, and maybe some points are actually on the cards for the team here in Miami. But I still don't like the way Devon speaks over the radio. I mean, you could have maybe a little bit of sympathy for your teammate.
Yeah, how's Devon doing?
Hold on a minute. Wait, is this Drive to Survive? I didn't know Netflix had a hand to play in this year's F1 game. I guess Devon would fit perfectly into that show though. They wouldn't even need to make him look bad. Just stick him in front of a camera and you've got a full season of absolute chaos. Anyway, rant over. I mean, clearly the two teammates aren't getting along. Well, obviously they aren't. Why would you put these two in the same team after seeing what they were just like as competitors? This escalates the problem tenfold. We fast forward to Canada though, and Devon comes out of the pits on a new set of medium tyres right alongside of teammate Aiden. Now we all know that these two don't get along, but maybe there is a way that they can work it out and work as a team to gain as many points as possible. And oh wait, Aiden's just locked up and went straight into Devon. Wow, even when you think this team could work well together, they decide to mess everything up. Kinda like a new Ferrari. Will Aiden ever finish a race this season? And will Devon stop being a pretentious asshole? Who knows? I guess only time will tell. Okay, so now we're back to the Drive to Survive vibe, and who is this? Davidoff? Oh no, it's Devon's dad. We're in for the treat, ladies and gentlemen. If you thought that Devon was a stuck-up, pretentious little bitch, then his dad must be a certified asswipe. So the team sit down in a post-race meeting to talk about the car, and obviously your boy Butler is just talking shit about the car and Aiden because his name's Devon Butler. But now we've found out that his dad actually owns the team. That makes sense of why he thinks he's the cock at the bingo. Mate, your dad's a bigger muppet than you, so why are you talking shit? Okay, so maybe Devon does actually get me wound up a little bit, but still. We move on to the next chapter, the story mode, and who is this? A woman? Yeah. This right here is Callie Mayer, the sister of certified arseface Devon Butler. Why hasn't she got the same surname, you ask? Because she thinks her dad is a twat. Us too, Callie. It's alright. Anyway, Callie is part of an F2 team called Trident, who are a well-respected team within the sport. And now here's the thing. Callie looks fast. She's putting in results left, right and centre that are so impressive. Near enough everybody in F1 are talking about her. But are we at the stage where women are actually allowed to drive within F1? I think we'll find out in the near future. But wait, is that Casper? The man, the myth, the legend. He's back again. Oh, it's good to see you, Casper. How was retirement, mate? Oh, you're Callie's manager? Okay, seems like a good career choice. Moving on to Aiden, however, and he's on the phone. Wow. Such an in-depth review of this game. I know, so keep on watching. Callie just keeps on winning more and more, and eventually she picks up the F2 championship. What a result for the driver we have known for 3 minutes. Anyway, Casper joins Drive to Survive and is like, yeah, nah, yeah, nah, yeah, nah. And everyone just accepts it. Alright, Casper, mate. You could have went a bit more in depth about Callie and her career, but you do you, fella. Fast forward a little bit more and the Connor Sport team is sat around the table talking about how Devon is such a muppet that he doesn't deserve a seat, but his dad is in charge, so it doesn't matter. But wait, Casper walks in and says, yeah, nah, I'm in charge now, lads, so don't listen to Andrea no more. Just kidding. Andrea just wants to take a step back, but still wants to overlook the team. He just doesn't want to be too involved with Devon's dad. Smart move, mate. From my point of view, anyway. So, Casper says he wants to turn the team around and achieve more than what they have in the latter stages of the season. But Devon's like, I don't know what's happening, mate. No way you're in charge of me. And Casper's like, yeah, nah. Shut up, you little weasel, and sit down before I break your jaw, you smelly little pimp. So, basically, Devon isn't happy that old man Casper is in charge. So, now he goes out onto track to try and prove a point. But Casper is on Aiden's side because of what happened at the end of Breaking Point in F1 21. So no longer does arse-face Butler get his own way within the team. So now we head to Imola, and Devon just carries on driving when the team are asking him whether he needs to pit for new tyres. Without a reply, Devon puts his foot down and carries on without hesitation, but he clips the curb a little bit too much and eventually ends up spinning out. What a shame for Mr. Butler. He gets out the car okay, but he doesn't actually look too stable. What is happening to Devon? As he heads for the paddock, Casper starts running after Devon as he breaks out of his changing room, and it turns out that Devon actually has issues with his hearing. Come on, Codemasters, don't make me feel bad for this guy. So he genuinely couldn't hear what was being said to him whilst he was out on the track racing, and it's a shock to everybody when Devon says that he's done and he won't be competing in the sport anymore because he just can't hear what his team is saying to him during the race. Now, I know I've been a little bit of a mad lad towards this fella during the video, but I think we can all agree that this will crush any of us. Finally reaching your dream and driving within a team in Formula 1. Never mind a team with your surname plastered all over it, and then having to retire because your ears give up on you. I mean, man, that is harsh. But no matter how hard it is for Devon, the team need to find a new driver, and quick. Casper says he thinks that Callie would be a perfect replacement because she is quick and she has a lot of race pace, but Davidoff is like, yeah, nah, I don't even like her even though she's my daughter. Casper can't believe it and says that Callie does actually belong in Formula 1 and he will prove it to Davidoff if he gives him the time of day. Next thing you know, Casper is chilling with Callie, and he says that he wants to drive him for the team and replace her brother Devon. But she's like, I don't want to because my dad's a little bitch. But Casper says he'll keep them away from each other and everything will be okay. So after a long conversation, Callie finally accepts the offer and joins Connor Sport Racing. I wonder how this story will pan out.